All right, let's talk about something that drives so many of us crazy, those stubborn dark circles under our eyes. We're going to get into what's really going on beneath the surface. And trust me, it's probably not what you think. Oh, you know the one. We have all heard this. That one little comment that can just sink your whole mood. It immediately makes you think you look run down or sick, even when you feel totally fine. But here's the thing. Being tired is just a tiny, tiny piece of a much bigger puzzle. Look, a bad night's sleep can for sure make dark circles look worse. It can make your skin paler, which just highlights any shadows you already have. But is it the root cause? Almost never. The real story is way more complex and honestly a lot more interesting. So, what's really at play here? Well, it's a whole bunch of things. For a lot of us, it's simply in our DNA. You can thank your parents for that. Heredity can mean you're just predisposed to thinner skin or more pigment around the eyes. Then, of course, there's the natural aging process, all that sun exposure over the years, and even allergies. That can cause something called allergic shiners. And yeah, our daily habits, from not drinking enough water and having a glass of wine to staring at our phones all day, it all adds up. And this brings us to a huge player in the game, collagen. Think of collagen as the scaffolding that keeps your skin firm and bouncy. We naturally lose about 1% of it every year. But get this, during menopause, that loss can speed up to a whopping 30% in just 5 years. As that collagen disappears, the skin under our eyes, which is already the thinnest skin on our entire body, gets even thinner. I love this analogy. Think of your skin like a white t-shirt. Underneath, you have all these little blue and purple blood vessels. When you're young, that t-shirt is thick and opaque, so you can't see what's under it. But as you age and lose collagen, that shirt becomes thinner and more sheer. The black bra, or in this case, the blood vessels, was always there. It's just that now you can see right through the fabric. And this is exactly why it is so important to know that not all dark circles are created equal. You really can't treat them effectively until you figure out which of the two main types you're dealing with because, you guessed it, they each need a completely different strategy. So let's figure out which type you have. Take a close look in the mirror. Are your circles brownish or even blackish in color? That's a pigmented circle. It's caused by extra melanin, actual pigment in the skin itself. This is often genetic, especially in darker skin tones. Now, if your circles look more blue, purple, or even just like a hollow shadow, you're looking at vascular or structural circles. This isn't about pigment in your skin. It's about the thinness of your skin showing the blood vessels underneath. All right, let's dive in. First up, the action plan for those pigmented brown and black circles. If you figured out that yours are caused by excess melanin, then your whole strategy has to be about managing that pigment and stopping more of it from showing up. We're going to break this down into a super simple 3-tiered plan. We'll start with the most important and easiest stuff, your daily habits, and then we'll move into specific skincare ingredients and finally, what the pros can do. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. For any kind of melanin-related issue, especially dark circles, the sun is your enemy. Those UV rays are basically telling your skin cells, hey, make more pigment, now. So really, preventing that from happening in the first place is your absolute best weapon. And how do you do that? With this, a broad-spectrum sunscreen, SPF 30 or higher, every single day. This is totally non-negotiable. And don't be afraid to bring it right up under your eyes. If you find chemical sunscreens sting a bit, just grab a mineral-based one. They're super gentle. And please, please, please be gentle with your eyes. Whether you're rubbing them because of allergies or you're just a little rough when you take off your makeup, all that friction causes inflammation. And when your skin gets inflamed, it can freak out and produce even more pigment as a defense mechanism. It's a vicious cycle. Okay, time to switch gears. If you're in the blue, purple, or shadowy circle camp, your game plan is totally different. We're not fighting pigment anymore. Now we're trying to thicken the skin, manage those blood vessels, and improve circulation. And yup, we're using that same clear 3-tiered approach. We'll start with simple tweaks to your daily life, then we'll get into the powerhouse ingredients to look for, and finally, what a dermatologist can do to help. These little changes can make such a big difference. Try sleeping with your head propped up on 2 pillows. Gravity will help drain fluid so it doesn't pool under your eyes. If you have allergies, manage them. That nasal congestion directly affects the veins under your eyes. And of course, drink your water to keep skin plump, and maybe cut back on alcohol since it makes those blood vessels bigger and more obvious.
Oh, and here is a fantastic little trick that works instantly. Keep a spoon in the fridge or get one of those fancy refrigerated eye rollers. When you apply something cold, it causes vasoconstriction, which is just a sciencey way of saying it makes the blood vessels under your eyes temporarily shrink. It reduces that dark purplish look and helps with puffiness. It's a quick fix that really works.
Now, this right here, this is your skincare toolkit. You can screenshot this. If you're dealing with those vascular, bluish circles, you want to look for ingredients like retinoids to build up that collagen and thicken the skin. Caffeine is another great one because it gives you that temporary vessel shrinking effect. Now, for the pigmented, brownish circles, vitamin C is a rock star. It brightens and helps block the production of more pigment. And then you have these amazing all-rounders like niacinamide that are great for pretty much everyone. And for those of you whose main issue is that hollowed out look, what's often called a tear trough, professional treatments can be a game changer. A good dermatologist can use a hyaluronic acid filler to very carefully add back a little volume to that sunken area. It smooths everything out, so light doesn't create that dark shadow anymore.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of information. How in the world do we put this all together into a simple routine that actually works? Let's build that universal foundational plan for healthier, brighter looking eyes.
It really is this simple, I promise. 1, a gentle cleanse. 2, your treat step. This is where you apply that eye cream with the specific active ingredients for your type of circle. 3, a good moisturizer to keep that skin barrier happy and hydrated. And 4, in the morning, you never, ever skip sunscreen. That consistency is what will get you results. Which brings us to a final thought. We spend so much energy trying to erase our dark circles. But maybe the real goal isn't just to make them disappear. Maybe it's to understand them, to see them as a sign from our body that we need to manage our allergies, or get a bit more sleep, or maybe just accept them as a part of our unique genetic makeup. That understanding, I think, is where the real power is. Thanks so much for tuning in.